Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a holiday look for you with a bit of deep purple and bright glittery gold lids. I thought this would be perfect for pretty much any event that you need to go to over the holidays. I think it's subtle enough that you could wear it to a family event, but you wouldn't look too over the top, you just look festive and stuff. But it's still like done up and girly enough that you could wear it with for Secret Santa with the girls, or you know, going out to dinner, maybe on a date or something. So I really like it. I like how it turned out, and it actually isn't too hard to do. So if you want to see how I did this look, then keep watching. So my eyes are already primed using an eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to start with a cream gold base to really make my lids pop. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Bold Gold, which looks like this. So I'm going to be applying this to my lids. Make sure you get your lower lash line too. Especially if you have like hooded lids like me, like when your eyes are relaxed, you only see like the very front of your lid. It's very important to get that area so that you'll still be able to see it. Next I'm going to be filling in my inner corners with a liner from Pixi. I got this at Target. It looks like this. Pixi Endless Silky Eye Pen. And mine is in the shade OysterGlow, which is kind of, I don't want to say rose gold, it's kind of like a champagne color. And I want to put this on my inner corner to brighten it up a bit without looking too white or messy. Oh, got a smudge there. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to go in with my Smashbox On The Rocks Deluxe palette. I absolutely love this thing. It's great to make holiday looks with. And I'm going to be using the shade Royal, which is the dark eggplant purple color right here. This is what I chose to use as a crease color. I also tried this look with gray, and it looked very similar. So if you don't have a dark purple, you can also try like a dark matte gray, and it'd give you a very similar look. Tap off the excess, and I'm going to start applying this to my crease right about here. When it comes to dark colors, it is better to start small and work your way up, because it is a lot easier to deepen a dark color rather than fix it if you applied too much. And fallout sucks, so yeah. Start with a little bit on your brush and make your way darker and darker. And I'm always stopping and like putting my face back a bit just to make sure that my crease shapes and the colors are actually symmetrical. Because sometimes one will turn out a bit more pointy than the other or less dark than the other, so I'm always trying to make sure that they look the same. So now I'm going to take that exact same royal color, and I'm going to be applying this with the same brush to the outer corner of my eye, like this. And connecting it to the crease at the edge here. And I'm also going to take this opportunity to darken up the color a bit more, just so we get that intensity. And I also like to use short strokes with this brush to kind of help blend. See how like right here it is slightly lighter than right here? I find that's the easiest way to help blend this into the gold without losing the effect of the gold. So So now I'm going to apply a color to my brow bone. I know I'm kind of going like all over the place, but this is just how this look happened to turn out last time, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to be using the upper left shade, which is called Marzipan. So Marzipan is this one right here. And if you can't fully see it, it's kind of like a fair skin tone color. It doesn't have any shimmer to it, as far as I remember. It's just like a matte, like solid skin color, which I find is good for this look because I didn't want anything too shimmery. And it just gives my upper brow bone a slightly lighter than my actual skin tone look to it, which I find is good for when I don't want anything sparkly. And when I apply that, it actually helps blend out the upper area of the purple there as well. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of that purple again on a pointed brush. This is a new brush I have. I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel yet. There's a new brand I found at Walmart called Still, and they use the same font as Stila, so I guess it's kind of a knockoff of Stila products. But they have some decent brushes in the brush section at Walmart, and this is, I guess it's this is a concealer brush, 007, and it's just like a pointy firm brush like this. So I like to use this under my eyes now. If you've seen my Instagram posts recently, a lot of my looks have had my crease color brought down a bit on my lower lash line, and this is what I've been using. So I'm just taking Royal and applying it to my lower lash line. I only go in about halfway. I find when I'm wearing a lot of dark like makeup underneath my eyes, it kind of closes them in too much, so I don't tend to like line my waterline or anything like that, just because I don't think it looks that good on me personally. So next I'm gonna take the most fun and exciting product of this tutorial. This is brand new for me. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Iridescent Finish Ultra Concentrated Color Eyeshadows, which looks like this. Probably seen them before in the drugstore. They aren't a new product per se, they're just new to me. And this is the closest thing that I could find to an ultra shimmery, like glitter pigment to use on my lids. This is about $10, and I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to do what I wanted it to, but it worked out perfectly, and I actually really like the way this turns out. You could leave this look the way it is. The gold still stands out, but I wanted a little bit more glitter, and I'm going to be applying this with a 239 MAC brush, which is kind of just a dent shader brush for your lids, and I'm going to be applying this over the gold. I like how it's packed down too. It's not like a bunch of loose glitter, so I feel like it's a little bit easier to use that way. But just in case, I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm just going to build it up, patting it onto my lid. And as you can see, it just kind of brightens up the color that's already there. It's pretty much the same color. I'll have everything listed down below in case you need to refer to it afterwards, including what I'm wearing on my face, because as you can tell, my face makeup is already done, so I will have those listed down below as well. And I'm also not just swiping it on back and forth. I'm patting it on too, so that helps avoid fallout too. So next I'm going to take my fluffy Lise Wattier crease blending brush. I don't think that's what they actually call it. It's really old now, but that's the brush I'm using, and I'm just going to gently blur out the purple a little bit, mostly at the edges. I don't want to blend it with the gold. I'm just kind of doing this on the outside, like that. I'm going to move on to the rest of my face products. I haven't set my foundation yet with a powder, so I'm going to do that very quickly with my, as usual, my broken packaging of Physicians Formula powder, which is actually a little too dark for me right now. I'm getting a lighter one in my stocking, so my skin will actually be a bit more winter appropriate come Christmas. I'm going to be using my Body Shop Honey Matte Bronzer in the shade 01 with my Eco Tools large powder brush from Walmart, and I'm just going to do the E3 technique with this. Just add a bit of flush of color. I don't want to look super bronzy or sun-kissed or anything. A bit down my nose too, and into my neck. I'm using my favorite blush of all time. This is Maxwell Dressed. Looks like that. And it's just this really light, not too pigmented pink. And I actually like how it's not too pigmented because I found I can control the amount of color better. So I just apply it to the apples of my cheeks like that. And for highlighting powder, I've been using Covergirl's eyeshadow in Champagne, I think it's called. And I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush, which looks like this. And this is what I use to apply my highlighting powder. And if I ever do contouring, I use that too. So I'm just applying this just above where I applied my blush, and not too much, because I don't want to make it too shiny. So now I'm going to set all that product in place with my favorite setting spray. This is the Urban Decay De-Slick. So I have two more steps here. The first one is mascara, and I'm using a new one that has gotten a lot of hype here on YouTube, at least here in town recently. This is the Rimmel Wonder Lash Mascara, the one that has argan oil in it. It claims to be more soft and not too hard and clumpy on your lashes. I've already used it once, and I found it flaked a bit. Now it was on a fairly long time, but I noticed after a while that it was flaking and leaving big dark circles under my eyes, which wasn't very good. So I'm gonna try it again today and see if it's any better over time. But I do like how it doesn't have too much of a chemical smell to it. That's one thing that's really nice about this. And it's very natural looking. It doesn't make your lashes look super thick or anything. It just kind of lengthens and colors them and defines them, separates them, that kind of stuff. I do like how the brush is flexible too, and it's pretty bendy, if you can see that. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to move on to my lips. I decided to use something that was not an everyday color for me, but it was still wearable, I guess. It's not too dramatic of a lip, so you could easily wear this to a family event and it won't stand out too much like a going out look or anything. First, I am going to line my lips using my Body Shop clear lip liner and fill in my lips a little bit. I really should have applied a lip balm before this. Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Put a lip balm on first. And I'm going to be using an old favorite of mine. This lipstick I've had for a while. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on my channel. This is from Mary Kay, and it looks like this. This is called Sunset, and it has a bit of a satin finish to it, I guess. It's kind of like a dark rosy pink. Or, yeah, I would say a dark rosy pink. It does have a bit of a glitter to it. So you can see what the look looks like when it's done. If you're wondering where this necklace is from, I just ordered this from ModCloth a couple of weeks ago and it came in the mail yesterday. And I actually really like it. The only thing is that these opally colored jewels are a little scratched up in person. If you look at it really up close, they're a little cheaper looking than I was expecting. But the rest of the necklace I think makes up for it. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's still available on ModCloth. I'll link that down below if it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I think I'm going to do a New Year's one after this with more of a silver glittery look. So stay tuned for that if you are more into silvery glittery eyeshadow looks. But this is my chosen holiday look. And I will be back soon. Bye!